Today on the world close up the 48,000-kilometer food salad with globalizations, the world has become a smaller place. On last week's program, we talked about how people around the world are watching thrilling TV programs, wearing clothes from other countries, and working at companies with several international offices. On this week's program, let's look at how globalization allows us to taste food from different cultures around the world without leaving the country. We don't just need specialty products like Turkish sweets and Japanese desserts. Think about the regular food products customers are buying every day. Where do they come from? How do they get to your supermarket? And what is the true environmental cost of your usual shopping list? Our reporter Darren Hales has gone to a fresh market in central London investigate this issue and to see just what countries' customers are putting in their basket. Hello, I'm here at the fresh market in central London. There are a lot of healthy consumers here, and David Green is one of them. David, can we take a look in your basket? What are you buying today? Mostly fruit and vegetables. I've got a bunch of grapes, some bananas, some kiwis, a small packet of blueberries, tomatoes, and lettuce. I'm making a fruit salad for lunch as I'm trying to eat healthily. And also on the label, the bananas are from Colombia. Yes, so do you mind if I check the grapes? They're from South Africa. The kiwi comes from New Zealand, and the blueberries are from Argentina. David, did you realize that all of this fruit is imported from overseas? Well, I guess as it's winter, we can't grow these fruits in our country. They have to be imported. If they won't, then how would we get fresh fruit in winter? Good point. The global food industry and the speed of shipping fresh foods are airplane. A lot of people all over the world eat a huge variety of fresh fruit and vegetables all year round. It's just more convenient, isn't it? Most of the fruit and vegetables I like peppers, oranges, and bananas, grow in hotter desert climates. A lot of the fruit and the veg that grow here in the UK is so boring. It is possible to grow fruit and vegetables from hot countries here, but they have to grow in greenhouses, which increases production costs. If you look at these tomatoes, which are grown on a local farm, they are almost twice the cost of the tomatoes you farm. They are almost twice the cost of the tomatoes you have here from America, over 3,500 kilometers away. I never paid that for a few tomatoes. Local food can be so expensive it's not worth it. I know, but cheap food comes at a price. Let's look at the figures. The bananas from Colombia must have traveled more than 8,500 kilometers to reach fresh mart. The grapes from South Africa must have come from them more than 9,600 kilometers, and the Argentina blueberries nearly 11,100 kilometers. The kiwi from New Zealand that must have flown about 18,800 kilometers. So that's about 48,000 kilometers of air travel in one bowl. That's an incredibly long food supply chain. It's also a huge carbon footprint, which means a huge amount of pollution was produced to get this food to the shelves. When food travels, a lot of carbon dioxide pollution is produced, and most people believe that carbon dioxide in the air is causing climate change, causing the earth to get generally warmer. I've never really thought about it that much. What about this lecture is cool also? Even something that looks like it's local can have a big impact on the environment. It's far cheaper to have a for supermarkets, you have several large factories, then a lot of small ones all over the country. So food grown around the country is transported large factories to be packed and sold. The factories may be local, but the farm it comes from could have transported it across the country and then put it into the plastic packagings. It's sometimes then transported back to the place it was grown in the first place. So before arriving at the first mart, these local logs might have traveled maybe up to 500 kilometers. You can only really be sure how far something has traveled if you purchase it directly from a farm or if you grow it yourself. Now, whoa, I can't believe it. Maybe I should pay the extra money for local food. Thanks for your time, David. A 48,000-kilometer food salad that comes from 4 different countries isn't very expensive for the consumer. But the big question is, what's the true environmental cost of such a well-traveled salad? That's all for today. Thanks for listening to the World Close Up.